All right, we have a argument to start here. And my friends and I have been having this argument. I laugh because my friends and I have been having this argument for weeks now. What would you recommend to somebody who's looking for a trick stack? Now, it could literally mean, they just want to shuffle chips. They want to learn how to do like little James Bond villain tricks, Or, as my friends and I discussed it, as part of a trick stack includes shuffling while you're watching poker on YouTube, right? So you're watching a European poker tour, you're listening to Joe Stapleton crack jokes left and right. Oh my gosh, look, there's a damaged sticker inlay right there. That's mechanical damage. That's interesting. You see, one reason why quality and durability are associated with price. All right, I'll remember that for my review. But so what are we looking for? And we decided on a couple of things. Okay, number one, we could not agree on what kind of chips. Everybody had their different opinion. But a couple of things we could agree on is that if you're only going to get a stack of 25, and we'll talk about that here in a minute, then you want to get a variety. So you can get 3, and that's a good number. Let's just stick with that for now. You could get 3 or 4 or 5 different stacks of different chips that feel completely different, and then you can enjoy a whole bunch of different types of poker chips with your chip trick stack, right? So you're watching, EPT one day, and then it's going to be live the next day too, and you're like, all right, well, I already played with these Pioneer Club. I'm going to switch to the Mint collection here, and I'm just going to shuffle these, and these feel very different. And then after a while, you get bored of these, and you're like, I'm going to switch to some scroll ceramics, okay? We all determined that is one of the benefits of just buying trick stacks, not a full set. Interesting. All right. And I think that was the only thing we agreed on. Okay, so let me tell you what I was pushing, and I'll tell you what my friends were pushing. Okay, I really like ceramics. Scrolls are one of my favorite because they're non-toxic. They're a hard plastic. They don't leave a powdery residue on your fingers. They're clean. They have kind of this checkering, which can attract dirt and dust, but they're easy to clean. Okay, like literally like toothbrush, hot soapy water, just scrub them. Okay, like I said, this is a stack that I have next to my computer. You can see it's a little dirty. It has looks like Doritos spices or something in there. It's kind of embarrassing, but it's my life, okay? So I'm showing you here in front of the camera. This is one of my actual trick stacks that I sit in front of my computer, and they're super easy to shuffle, okay? So along with that, I like Paulson. Now, this started a row. This started a big fight. Okay, some history. The poker chip company Paulson, okay, these are manufactured in Mexico, and they famously used, I don't know about their current production, but famously, historically, they used a white lead powder to weight their chips. Their older casino chips. I don't know about their consumer chips. So they famously used lead, and so some of my friends who know this are adamant that they would not want this in an environment where they might be eating. All right, so you have the information. You be the judge. Avoid eating with any lead content chips. I don't, whether they do or not, you have to determine that for yourself. I don't know. So that said, be aware of that. But I maintain that Paulson, because of their amazing quality control, like you can get chips to stand on end, no problem. Whereas Scroll, that's just not going to happen very often. You'd be lucky to find one chip that would stand on another chip on end like that. So to me, Paulsons are just a must-have for trick specialists, because these are what casinos use. This is the brand that casinos use. So definitely, I would say consider it at least Paulsons. Now, there's a trick with Paulsons. Now, this is some free advice here. You can get little sample sets still of some consumer-grade Paulsons, whether it be like the Classics or the World, Top Hat, and Cane. They will be kind of expensive, even for little sample sets. You may want to consider, the casinos may not thank me for this, actually maybe they will. You can go to a casino in Vegas and pick a nice, walk around and find some nice ones. Like here's a nice New York one. It looks like they got some new chips at New York. And this is a real casino chip, all right? So you can walk up to a Wow, this is going to turn into a long discussion. I didn't mean it to turn into a long discussion. So you can walk up to a dealer. So let's say there's a blackjack dealer who's just sitting there politely, and he or she is just waiting for somebody to come play. Okay, you can literally walk up with, $6, put $6 down on the table saying, "Can I get change, please?" And then they'll be like, "Sure," and they'll give you $6 worth of chips. And then I always, if I do that, which I've only done once, for some of these, I forget where it was. I think it was the Win, where I just walked up to a dealer. We were on our way to a show, and I was like, "Can I get a 1 and a 5, please?" And the nice lady, she was brand new. She turns to her trainer, and she's like, "Can I do that?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah, absolutely. Just, for souvenirs or whatever. Just, yeah, absolutely. Give them the chips." And so she gave me the chips. I tipped her $2. I'm like, "Here you go. This is for you. Thank you so much." And now, for me, whether you're playing blackjack or not, if you're asking a dealer for some souvenir chips, so if you come down, let's say you want 10 ones, okay? And then now we're coming back to the subject. So let's say you get 10 of these. You put a 10 down and you say, "Can I get change for this, please?" in ones. And so he or she will deal you out 10 of these ones, push that stack to you, and then I would tip them. If you are so strapped for money that you can't tip somebody $1 or $2 for the service they provide to you, you might not want to be gambling, right? But remember, it's still a steal for some high quality Paulson poker chips, all right? So whether it be a stack of these World Top Hat and Cane or a stack of like casino chips, which I think would be a wonderful trick stack. Again, remember what I said about the food items. I would personally not eat Twinkies with these just because the powder residue, whether there's lead in there or not, I would not eat Twinkies around Paulson chips. So that's another alternative of a less expensive way to get some Paulsons, just a stack of 10. That's all you need. That's all you really need. Now, like I said, a lot of them, like these Pioneer Club, these are a next-gen material. These are sold at Apache Poker Chips, a next-gen material, and they, sell them in stacks of 25. And that's all you need. You don't need 300. Find your favorite color, your favorite denomination, and run with that. Whether like 5,000, like here's some Championship Poker Series in the 5,000. Lovely orange right here. Easy to do tricks with these. They feel pretty good. These are actually a little oily from all the play that we put on those. Anyway, so what 3 stacks do I recommend? Now, I'm going to show you my recommendation, and then I'll show you some other variations on that. So I recommend Paulson, Scroll Ceramics, and my next favorite are, here, let me ask you guys, what do you think I'd recommend? Do you think I'd recommend the China Clay or the next-gen material? Here's the 5 Pioneer Clubs. And I like these as a poker chip, but if you're going to include Paulson, which these are mimicking, there's no need for the China Clay if you have the real clay, right? The real Paulson, the real McCoy. So I would recommend the next gens over those because these bring a unique feel to the table. Does that surprise anybody? Maybe not. You guys know me pretty well. So these also have a nice sharp edge that you can set up on end, do tricks with them. There's no metal insert. They're inexpensive. So I mean, you can get these 2 right off the bat on Amazon or so. Oh, maybe not Amazon. Apache Poker Chips, you can get these. These you can get wherever. Done. Or next gen, I think you might be able to find some next gen, like the Pro Gen or something. I have piles of these just kicking around everywhere for not too much. Okay, so any next gen material. What else do they have? We had the Dunes kicking around here in a video not too long ago. Or if you want, Nevada Jack ceramics, any kind of ceramics. Now, one thing, I'm all disjointed and disorganized right now. Let me finish this thought real quick. So next gens are my pick, and then finally, get your Paulsons when next time you go to Vegas or whatever. Find someone that you like. Now, exploring other options and other variations of this. This is what I would do because these are the ones that I would like to shuffle and do tricks with. Now, we can get rid of the Paulsons altogether and replace them with China Clays. This is also a great option. Absolutely 100% support that option. Additionally, if you like heavier chips, again, these are like the mint. These are the mint poker chips, metal insert ABS chips. Yeah, you can shuffle them. Yeah, you can do tricks with them. They're not my personal favorite, but a lot of people that I talk to like the heavier weight chips, and they feel like they're just fine. So run with those if you want. Remember, with this setup right here, you've seen, I don't know if you have seen, I don't practice this stuff, but there are people who will spin chips and then the chip will stop standing on the other chip. That's not going to happen with these, because these have rounded, smooth edges and they don't stand on end. So it does limit what kind of tricks you can do with this, but all of these are easy to shuffle. They will work well next to your computer. ABS and the ceramics are for sure very non-toxic. I don't know anything about the China clay material. I'm not really sure what it entails. I know that when they come new out of package on a roll of 25, they can be powdery. All right, and that powder gets all over your fingers, and if you're eating Twinkies, not that that's the universal snack of poker watchers, but spectators, but if you were, you'd get that powder all over your Twinkie and you'd be ingesting that, and I don't know what's in there, okay? So ABS is generally, kind of a safer material. So that said, that's another option. Now, things to avoid. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, you probably already know all of this, but I should discuss it anyway. Things that I would avoid. Now, this is a personal thing. You be the judge of, you judge what you want. For starters, I would avoid the metal insert chips. I don't like ABS chips for tricks or shuffling. I just don't like the weight or the feel of them. Personal preference, okay? But my friends disagree with me on that. The other thing I would avoid are sample stacks. Maybe because I have so many of them, but after a while you get kind of sick. Like, here's some Chipco classics. I think these are out of production. I don't know. But I don't like doing tricks with sample stacks. I just feel like there's too busy. I don't like it. Personal preference. And the other thing that you may want to avoid, there are some chips like BR Pro Poker that are made to order. And I think they have a minimum order, if I recall correctly. And you don't want 300 of a chip, and you don't want to wait 3 weeks just for your trick stack. If you're going to get a complete set, that's different. But if you're just looking to drop $12 on a little stack of chips to play with, I would avoid the made-to-order or custom chips, because those minimum orders and that wait time are going to kill you. So those are some thoughts I have about trick stacks. I love trick stacks. Like I said, I have chips sitting next to my computer when I'm watching, videos on Amazon or watching poker tournaments. It's just a wonderful accessory that I think every computer should come with, but unfortunately they don't. You have to go out and get your own set. So leave a comment. What I would love to see in the comments are your top 3 recommended stack of 25 poker chips that you would recommend to others. I hope this helps somebody out there. Either way, it's an interesting discussion. Thank you guys so much for watching and your support.